Okay, so Ric Flair in a mental hospital there at the end of WCW. What'd you think?
Wow. They actually put that on the air.
Oh yeah, and that was like the least of the shitty things they were doing at that time. We're getting into a couple more here, but holy shit, man! The Nature Boy, NWA champion, the traveling champion, as everybody called him, and he's doing that shit.
What the fuck, man?
Yeah.
I've never seen anything worse. That was just
Wow.
that was just fucking horrid.
Awful stuff, and that was like they did a bunch of those.
Why?
I think I don't they just didn't know how to use Rick at the time, and he's like under contract and he's making all this money. So they're like, well, what if we shoot like vignettes of him in like a mental hospital? So they acted like he'd lost his fucking mind. Scott Hall wound up showing up at the same hospital, and it was really weird, bizarre stuff, and clearly inspired by like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It was like something that they were trying to do. Which makes me wonder, Jake, do you think you could have sunken your teeth into something like that? I know you love that movie.
No, no. Are you guys forgetting we're supposed to be wrestling?
Right.
You know, that's the whole idea. This is a wrestling show. So let's show wrestling. I've never been a fan of wasted time, and goddamn, that was wasted fucking time.
Yes, it was. And what's funny, Jake, is during this era, this is the Vince Russo era of WCW, and there were some episodes. I want to say that there was at least one episode where not a single match happened. It was just all storyline, backstage stuff. So you pack an audience into an arena and have maybe one or two matches. Probably one of them's a dark match.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Vince Russo.
That's some Vince Russo for you. Oh, and we're gonna have a little more Vince Russo stuff coming up here. And you know, Jake, after the recent news with Ric Flair, you could probably make an argument that he could do with a little time in that setting. Did you hear about what Nate has been going on, or what's been going on with the
No,
Nate recently?
what happened?
Couple things. One thing was that so he had Ric Flair's last match back in 2022, and he just said in an interview that a doctor told him that when he passed out during that match, he actually had a heart attack. That based on like what the doctor was looking at, I don't know, scans or some shit. So there's that. But then also, Nate was recently kicked out of a bar restaurant in Gainesville, Florida, for being disorderly, and a video surfaced of that whole thing, and doesn't paint the Nature Boy in a super flattering light. You didn't hear about any of this.
No.
Jake, as somebody who dealt with some issues yourself along the way, would you give any advice to the Nature Boy?
Time to put it down, man. Time to put it down.
There's a lot more to life than doing the drink all night, stay a little longer thing like he's been doing for 40 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it certainly is.